Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello people and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Isak goes on a strike again. Who's the villain? That is the whole point. Etihad is accepting the situation that Isak is not playing the next game. Newcastle going to the beginning of the season without a striker, of course. Man United putting a bid for Baleba. So Man United midfield is in the contention now, one of the best midfields in the league. Of course, with Baleba, Cunha, Mbuemo behind the forward. Liverpool start the season tomorrow against Bournemouth. Can't believe that. Finally, we have the Premier League back, people. The Premier League is back. And we're going to witness tomorrow the magic from Florian Wirtz and Mohamed Salah. And finished Van Dijk, of course, with one leg tomorrow. As people are actually slandering him everywhere on the media, of course. So big up everybody that is here. Of course, we're talking Arsenal, we're talking City. Getting Rodrygo and getting Donnarumma changes the whole complexion of the league. And Arsenal, believe it or not, they are prioritizing Rodrygo over Eze. So they're waiting for Rodrygo. Back again. Arsenal are trying to get Rodrygo. Arsenal are trying to get Rodrygo. By the way, there is the side news. I know the panel didn't read that probably, which is Abdimas is actually Abdurrahman. Of course, Abdimas is actually telling us Sancho's leaving. There is like this the news, there's this news, blah, 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 Zinchenko, all the stuff. Hit the like button, people. If you're here, subscribe to the channel. We got a great panel for you today. It's the day before the Prem, of course. And as Luke tells everyone, there's over 400 people here in the house and we're just starting the show. Let's get the likes up, people subscribe. We passed 40,000 subscribers, which is great for the channel. Of course, we have to start with the strike. The guy that is going on a strike. Big up everyone that joined us from the Football Terrace, guys. Big up Terry and the rest of them. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. And let's talk about Isak. I'm actually getting... By the way, guys, I'm literally now inviting Philip, the Newcastle fan. I'm not sure if Philip is watching us, but I just texted him. Because I haven't had a Newcastle fan since that saga started. Once I had Philip. I don't know how they think about it. Rack is chilling, of course. Look at him. What the fuck? Anyway, where do we start? I'm actually going to start with Kill. Kill, how do you see that Isak? Who's the villain?
Well, anybody who goes on strike, I just lose respect for them. Like, that's probably one reason I've never warmed up to Matheus Nunes, because he did that to Wolves. I just find it to be very unprofessional. And you sign the contract, live with it. If you have a price on your head, if the other team's not willing to meet that price, then you have to fulfill your obligation. So I think he's being a big baby. But I'm convinced he'll still end up at Liverpool. I think there's a big PIF money laundering scheme going on here. And why do you think you got 50 million for Darwin Núñez? Because he's a bum. And the reason you got 50 million for him is because you're going to give that to Newcastle, and PIF owns both of them. So yeah, we're just going to wait for it to play out.
Sulz?
I mean, look, I always respect a player that pushes for a move because it shows their eagerness to join as well. I mean, I'd be a very big hypocrite because the Glock done the same thing. So now look, I understand both points of views, but for me, they've asked for 150 million pounds. Liverpool want to undercut it, so they're going to drag their heels out. Why are they going to make it easy for Liverpool and just give in to their demands of, oh, we want to pay less? Pay less, but then wait. That's all it is. It's just a waiting game for Liverpool. He will be a Liverpool player, but if they went and slapped 150 million pounds, he said he's a Liverpool player today. He'll play tomorrow. Like, that's how quickly the deal can get done. But the reality of the matter is, because they're not meeting the valuation, they're just going to drag their heels, make it harder. Like, the reality of the matter is, it's such a dragged out saga. I really don't care. Give them Isak, man. Let's get this. Let's go. Let's get the big two Swedes up top here for both these big clubs, and let's go. Go head to head. Give them no fucking excuses. Yeah, bring this league title. Because you know what? They're going to cry about it otherwise. We didn't have Isak. That's why we won the league. So let's just go in it. Give them no excuse.
No, I didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming.
I'm bored, man. They're going to say, oh, you didn't get Isak, the morale's down, in it. So, like, yo, just give them Isak, man. I don't care. Just don't give them any reason or an excuse to get out of wimping out of maybe not beating a Bournemouth or something, in it. I want a proper league title, man. You know what? I want City to get the players they want. I want a proper race. I want a 3-horse race. Let's go. No excuses, man.
You want a 3-horse race?
If we get the players we want, you're out of the title race. Just saying.
No. You guys say this every time, and we're still there. We're still there.
So at the end of the day, if you win the title, no, you won't. I guarantee you won't care whether it's a 3-horse race, 2-horse race, 5-horse race, or a 0-horse race. At the end of the day, you get a Premier League trophy. There's no special.
No. I want an exciting season, man. I want an exciting.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it
drama.
depends who you support. It depends who you support, because if you're saying as an Arsenal fan, I want an exciting season, no, that shouldn't be your mentality. Like this, I want an exciting season. Your mentality should be win at all cost. That's what I want. It's not about entertainment.
Did I not
it's about entertainment.
Win the league, though?
It depends who you support.
Bring a bit of drama with it. Why not? I'm still going to win it, but I want a bit of drama. Why not?
Top 4 is going to be a bloodbath. I'll just say that.
Yeah. And that's what we need. Man, the Premier League's so boring. I'm bored of clubs just running away with it.
I mean, would you say that if you were winning, though? You wouldn't be saying that if you were winning.
No, I would.
I wasn't complaining when we won the league by 19 points.
No. Because, okay, Liverpool fans at the end, yes, you're happy, but it's so boring because now, do you know what it is? Like, I'm one of those fans. I still watch the games even if they mean jack shit. Like, I still watch the end of the season, even though it meant fuck all. They'd already won the league. But the reality, I'm watching it out of pure boredom, out of obligation.
Yeah, but
I don't want to do that. I want to watch it and know that it means something. I want to celebrate the goals that go in. You know, the only game I actually enjoyed watching was Real Madrid because it meant something. I want the league to mean something.
Nah, man, I'm the opposite. I'm like, I really couldn't care less. I couldn't care less whether it's a close race or a long race or whatever. No race at all. I just want us to lift the big boy trophies. If it's the case that we're far and ahead of everybody else, I'll spin the narrative being like, we're just better than everyone else. Everyone else is puny compared to us. I couldn't care less whether other teams do well or not. I just want our names on that trophy at the end of the season. I can guarantee you this, and I'm going to speak for Rack, even though I know for a fact he would agree with me 100%. I don't care what if he thinks otherwise. All I care about is Liverpool FC on the Premier League trophy at the end of the season, and we're lifting.
Oh, that's going to happen. I've just said we're going to win the league, but just give me a bit of drama. I don't know what
drama's not fun.
No, drama's fun. I love a bit of drama.
I remember at some point last season there was. I think Arsenal were playing, and it was a weekend where I think Arsenal drew and Liverpool won, and I remember Sulz going onto the terrace and proclaiming at that point that after watching Arsenal draw and Liverpool win and opening up a 9-point lead, that was his sign that Arsenal were going to win the league last season.
Give me a bit of drama. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine we did close that gap. Imagine we close that gap. Do you know how fun that would have been? It would have just been funny, innit?
No, I don't think.
Or
it's-
running away with it. Boring. It's
the
I know it's not about the right, but no one gives a shit you won the league last year. No one cares. That's the problem.
The last time I was on Mo stream and I mentioned drama, yeah.
No.
Or
Yeah,
anyway,
but-
rewind a bit. Rewind. No, let's go back a bit. Yeah, we'll talk about this in a moment. Isak, right? Isak. I see
A few
nothing.
weeks later, a team from Naples ends up winning Serie A and Inter finishing second. I'm just saying. Not all the time you would want drama. I'm just saying. Look at Mo.
No, I like a bit of drama.
No, but the thing is, when you say
just like this, see how entertaining this conversation was.
My thing
that was
is,
drama, right?
Sulz.
Going back to the original point, Isak, right? Let's go back there.
Wait, one sec. Just to talk
no,
about
we don't like drama. So let's go back to the original point and be a bit boring, right? So on Isak, I respect what he's done. Fair enough. You get your move. You go against the club because if they're not letting you go, 130 million pounds, a respectable bid. They're acting as if like they've given like a bitch ass slap to them. It's not 40 million pounds. They give you 130 million. Like it's a respectable bid, and you're still like posseing over it. You couldn't go get Ekatike. You could have gone and got Sesko, but you're dilly dallying around. Like that's your fault. That's not Isak's fault. Like I respect
more PSR
what he's
space. That's what this is all about. They need more PSR cap space.
Listen,
start spending money.
Also,
every time there's a dramatic title race, City win. So be careful what you wish for. Every 1 and 2 point title win, my team has won. So be careful what you wish
changes.
For. And you were at the losing end of that most recently.
No, but
but we've learned. We're evolving. This is a new season, new characters.
You learned a lot last season, right?
Okay.
The villain becomes the champion.
Wait, Sulz, one sec. Let's talk about Isak here. Any person in his position, with his ability, with his mindset, where he's playing, would do everything in their power to dip from Newcastle. Because of two reasons, yeah. If you look at Newcastle's transfer business, they've just got Champions League. He's a big factor in why they won the trophy. He's their best player. He's shown consistency, and he's a very good player, right? Yeah, Elanga, and that's it. They've not really. I mean, I know there's other rumors that they're trying to get you, but they've not really shown that ruthlessness yet. Okay, we're in Champions League football. Let's go up a level now. Newcastle are always going to be in that. If there's 3 tiers, they're literally between tier C and B. That's where they are. They're between there. They're not going to be title challengers. They're always going to be around 6th to 8th. That's their ceiling. Now, Isak is too good for that. He can actually compete for the league, and why not go to a team like a Liverpool that has won the Premier League, that they've got a good manager, they've got a good core, a good spine, and that's it. Like, he's only going to Liverpool because they're the best team right now. Obviously, you've got Man City, who I do believe people shouldn't really overlook, because I think they've also had a good transfer window. But who cares if he's not done it the right way? The guy literally wants to move.
Both things can be true. He is a prick, but he can also be respected.
Yeah, but like,
both.
When it comes to jobs, you're not here to make friends. Just do what's best for you, innit?
Exactly, man. At the end of the day, man needs to tell his kids and his grandkids, I've got a Premier League title. He's not going to care. Oh, I was respectful to Newcastle. They're not going to care. But like, you're a bum. You didn't win.
Yeah.
They're not going to look at their granddad. They're not going to look at granddad Alex and go, "Oh, well done. You stayed at Newcastle and won jack shit." No, where's my? I want to tell I want to come to the parents' teacher conferences or whatever, and say I've got a Premier. My granddad was a Premier League winner. They don't want to see like, oh, you just.
You don't want to be a Stevie G.
You know what I mean, bro? Like, come on now. Let's not kill him.
No one wants to be a Stevie G with no Premier.
No, but he won a Champions League, innit? So
yeah, but your bread and butter is your Premier.
Istanbul final, bro.
Your bread and butter is your Premier. Let's be honest.
Forget it. But you don't care about cup.
Bro, your bread and butter is your
Champions League is still up there though, and it's prestigious stuff. So
that final in itself, it holds a lot of weight. I'm just saying. But look, if we're talking on Isak, yeah, I think is there. I don't think there is a hero and a villain in this story. I think it's just a case of Newcastle are just really bad at transfers. They're just really, really bad. They tried to go all guns blazing, being like, "No, we're gonna keep Isak, and we're gonna get Ekatike." That backfired. One, because we ended up getting Ekatike, and now Isak has decided, "No, I want to leave." They've had numerous opportunities to sign other players. They could have signed João Pedro. They could have signed Benjamin Sesko. And they could have signed other players as well. And to Ahmed's point, I don't really agree with Ahmed on a lot of things, but he does have a point. If you look at Newcastle's transfers, if you're looking at a Champions League club, it is very, very underwhelming. If you would have swapped Elanga with, say, a Kudus, then it changes a little, being like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to do Gordon, Kudus, the inside forwards. It could do a little something. But it's just a case of the deal hasn't been done because Newcastle can't get a striker. The only player that they've got is probably Joe Linton, who's now been converted to centre midfield, who was originally a striker. That is the main issue of this entire saga. The reason why we're talking about this for 3 to 4 weeks and why nothing's really progressed is because they can't sign anybody. I don't know why they can't, because look at the end of the day, they've got Champions League football. They are an attractive club to an extent. You're telling me no player in the world wants to go to Newcastle to play Champions League football, to be a starter? Come on, man. It's just these guys just need to buck up their ideas and sign a striker ASAP. And let's just move on with this, because I'm getting bored of this talk every single week.
But you don't
need
get
Isak's doing this.
Can I present an argument that I haven't presented before? So I only spoke about this with Hussam and Ashraf and Chez and the guys in the group chat. Yesterday, there was a video of David Ornstein stuttering. And just people open your mind. And I know that most of this panel are very rational people. Yesterday, someone called David Ornstein. So he actually recorded a video and saying exactly that. And if people didn't hear it, you can go and hear it on Twitter. It's a very short video. And I actually made my wife listen to it. Without knowing what is going on, I told her, just listen and let me know what you think. What he said on the video is that he's saying, I want to say we are integral journalists. We don't get fed information. What we did at the end of last season is that we were told information and we reported information that we believed it was the true information about Isak being happy at Newcastle. And he reported that because Newcastle got Champions League, he was happy and he wants to stay. But now we learned new information about Isak. We learned that he wanted to leave earlier. And that is why we're reporting it now. He said that we're honest journalists. We don't get paid by anybody. We're just reporting ethically what we are being told. I have 2 questions, okay, for this. And this is, by the way, I spoke to my wife about this. And she said, number 1, you need to know who told him that Isak is happy at the end of the season. And if he's saying that the information he has now is correct, and he's saying that the information he had at the end of the season are both correct, that means someone told him from Isak camp or someone from close to Isak that he told the journalists and he told everyone that he's happy and he's staying at Newcastle. Why now David Ornstein and the rest of the journalists are getting new information that he wasn't happy since January, and he informed Eddie Howe early that he wants to leave? We need to know someone is lying. Someone is telling the journalists something that is not correct. It's either when he was told, David Ornstein and the rest of them, back in June at the end of the season, that Isak is happy, he's kissing the badge, that Newcastle won the Carabao Cup, that they are in the Champions League, he's happy to stay. Someone lied then, or someone is lying now. The problem is people assuming that the people that told the journalists at the end of June, they are the people lying. But how can David Ornstein know at the end of June that Isak is happy at the club at that time, and unless someone from Isak's side is telling him? Who told David Ornstein that Isak is happy at Newcastle? Because if Newcastle are the ones that told David Ornstein and the rest of the journalists that he's happy at Newcastle, he can deny it. People can deny that that report was fake. It was a lie. He would never said that he's happy. I want to know who is telling the truth. Did he change his mind? And if he changed his mind, we as fans deserve to know. We deserve to know. Were you happy and then you change your mind? Or were you not happy since January and you informed the club in January that you're not happy and you want to be sold? Because it changes. It changes who's at the wrong here. Because if Newcastle were blindsided by him at this transfer window and he told them that he's happy to stay in June, right? And I know that people say they were looking for a replacement. They kind of weren't looking for a replacement as much. They started all with second strikers, Delap, Pedro, Wissa. All of these are not Isak replacements. All of these are second strikers to replace Callum Wilson. We all know this. The bid for Ekitike was later, after Liverpool started tempting Newcastle. And after Liverpool started tempting, who's saying the right thing? Who's lying? Someone is lying here. And by the way, the journalists are falling because people are calling them. They're getting paid. They're getting fed by the clubs. Their pockets are this. Like someone is making big accusations here. And someone know?
I will say, Mo, on that. At the end of the day, when it comes to all this, whether players happy where they are or how content where they are, is all Chinese whispers. It's going to be people that they're the sources, the original sources that have been told by the representatives or even by the player itself. They will take what they say, and it's natural because it's human. Everyone does it. They will take lots of what they say, but not the entire context of it. So, like, say for instance, Isak told the source at the end of June, "I'm very, very happy that we got Champions League football. I was happy to be a part of their history, bring them their first trophy in however long. And at this moment, I can see Newcastle going somewhere." That doesn't paint a whole picture, but what these people can do, they can take that and reiterate it back to the journalists, being like, Isak's happy. Isak's happy at Newcastle and he would like to stay. But that doesn't say that that's two completely different things. So I don't think the journalists are being fed information or lies, but I think people unwittingly don't tell the full story. And the journalists will reiterate that. And then when things change and when new information comes along, that's when it's like, oh, but this is different from what other people said. So it's one or two things. I think the journalists are trying to be as integral as possible, so they claim. But sometimes you have to be very
I think the Isak one, it's not rocket science. Look, he's a highly priced asset. The number of clubs who can genuinely come in and bid the amount they need are very small. He is not going to come out and say he's dissatisfied, that he's unhappy, that he doesn't want to stay, because the number of clubs or the commitment a club needs to make to sign him. Like, look at Liverpool. They're having to pay nearly £60 million up front to get the deal done. Right? That's not a small fee. That's not like any club or a numerous amount of clubs can come in and pay 150, 130 million pounds for a player. When they know they're at that sort of price tag, they're going to have to play their eggs cool. They're going to have to keep it cool. They're going to need to have the story and the narrative being that he's happy. Because if he comes out and says, oh, I want to move, so early in the window when not a single club can commit to paying that amount of money because maybe they've got to do more of a rebuild. They've not got the budget to actually bring one player in for 150 million. He's screwed his relationship with Newcastle.
It's already screwed. It's already screwed.
No. But that's
he fucked it up.
No.
Fucked it up.
No, Mo. But you're not getting the point. That's after Liverpool committed to buying him. That's not
committed to buying him, not for the price that Newcastle want.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But 130 million, we'll get the deal done. They just need to do a few things in the background. The reality of the matter is the commitment is there to buy the player. Whereas if he comes out earlier saying that, look, transfer plans can change. A club can be interested and then the window hits and they go, actually, do you know what? We've got several of the players to buy. We might not be able to stretch the budget and pay 150, 130 million pounds for you. But as soon as Liverpool committed that actually we have made a bid for 130 million pounds, that's when Isak started kicking up a fuss. Before that, he was actually quite respectful to Newcastle. So that's what I'm trying to say.
My man faked an injury early in the window, bro.
Yes, once the bid was made is what I'm trying to say to you. Once the bid,
no one really knows what's happening, right? Like the only people who really know what's going on are probably Newcastle, Isak, and maybe Liverpool, maybe the agents. Like we're piecing together little bits of information, and sometimes 2 and 2 equals 4. Sometimes it may equal 5, just because we don't have accurate sources. What we do know is obviously he wants to leave. And then every now and then, like the other day, it was kind of interesting because I think it was on Monday, it was Sunday or something like that. They came out and said that, it looks like the likelihood now is that Isak is going to stay. The following day, the news came out, which obviously this is probably coming from the Isak side, the news came out that regardless of whether he leaves this window or doesn't leave, he's played his last game for Newcastle. So these are PR stories fed from either side to journalists or to mouthpieces or to whatever to try and control the narrative. And 1 minute Liverpool fans were saying, "Oh shit, looks like we're not going to get him because the reports are coming out," and literally the next day, people are saying that Isak has played his last game for Newcastle. Who knows what's going to happen? But these are the games of the transfer window, and it's all a little bit unsavoury. I said it the other day on Mo's stream that we're all hypocrites because we're happy when, well, not maybe not happy, but we'll take it. We'll take it when it. Apart from you, Mo. Apart from you,
our club,
and if we're the ones that are on the receiving end or we're neutral to some extent, we'll be happy to slag off other clubs because that's football rivalry and that is what it is.
I'm very consistent in this. If Newcastle gave him a promise to let him go, he has the right to go. If Newcastle never gave him the promise that he can go, he is in the wrong because Newcastle are getting less of what they value their asset.
So Mo, you know what? The first thing is he signed a contract. When he signed that contract, he signed it for a defined salary and a defined period of time. So I agree,
yes.
Right? Now, say for example, he went to Newcastle before the end of last season, not the season just gone, the season before that, and apparently Amanda Staveley said that you'll get a pay rise, right?
Yes.
So he was promised a pay rise. I don't know what the pay rise. We don't know the details, right?
Okay.
Then Amanda Staveley left, and this new director, and what's his name, Paul Mitchell, came in and said, "You know what? You've actually signed a 5-year contract. We don't actually need to give you a pay rise." So that offer was then reneged upon. So first of all, the initial contract he signed, that has to be valid. So you can always fall back on that and say, "This is the situation. You signed a 5-year contract. Tough shit." But then if you're promised something and then you have it taken away from you, then naturally
the club is in the wrong. The club is in the wrong.
So then,
but
then
they
the
did
question,
offer him a new contract.
but
the reports are they offered him a new contract. Right? They offered him a new contract. They offered him a new contract.
Yeah,
but it's all about timing, isn't it? Though?
No. Even before Liverpool came into the equation, he had a new contract.
At the end, yes, it was taken away, but because there was logistics and new sporting director coming in, but at the end, the club as an institution fulfilled their promise by offering him a new contract. Didn't they?
No, but after the fact, because he was supposed to get his pay rise last year. No. Right?
They before Liverpool came into the equation, they offered him a contract. It was too low. He didn't want it.
But that's now or in or around this kind of period of time, right?
No. Before even Liverpool.
No, but it wasn't last season when he was initially promised his pay rise. Yeah. He was promised his pay rise a year ago. And apparently,
I don't know about that, but I do know they offered it definitely this season.
And then the question is, if he has been upfront and said that he wants to leave throughout the whole season, but he had a good season, obviously he played exceptionally well last season. If he said, "Look, guys, this is my last year at the club. You reneged on a promise. I'm happy to play for you this season, but I want to leave." He doesn't have a contract. He has a right to ask, but he signed a contract as well, right? So there's all these grey areas. Like, where is the right? Who's right? Who's wrong? Murky. There's a load of stuff there.
Let's see. Okay, let me move on from Isak. Okay, it's done. This is the same guy crying all of last season.
I don't cry, lad. I just carry on. I was the one saying that we're going to be in a title race still, and we can still go win it. We're hunting them.
If you've known Sulz for as long as myself and Rak has, Sulz says a lot of stuff. Just letting you know. Just letting you know for a fact.
Just roll with it. I like the confidence.
Gotta be done. There's no fun in it otherwise.
People really don't get how good Rangers is. And let's talk about the football now, guys. Thank you so much, Mr. Perfecto. Now let's talk about the football. Even everyone, City will get 14 league titles before Arsenal get their 14th league title. What do you think about Tony Adams said about Arsenal? Let's start there.
How many titles have City got so far, Kels?
10. Arsenal have 13.
They're at 13, yeah.
City have 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually
we did win titles before the takeover. People forget.
Since when? Pep's carried that.
With Colin Bell and Mike Somerville.
Yeah, they've won.
Yeah.
So Pep's won 7. Wait, Pep's won 7. Mancini's won 1. Pellegrini's won. Who's the other guy?
I forget the manager, but it was they had Colin Bell and Francis Lee.
Pep's won 6. Pep's won 6. He won 2. He won 2, and then he won 4 in a row.
Pep's won 6. Okay, not 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen.
Pep won 6, Mancini won 1. Okay,
Pellegrini won one.
Pellegrini
Yeah.
won 1, and City already
And then
won
the
2
rest were in like the
before
70s.
Yeah.
Maybe
before the
30s.
takeover. Ahmed
Okay.
is like shaking. Ahmed is like, they fucking can reach 20, you know, before we win the
No,
21st.
they'll never teach in 20, but I
If
was just
Pep sticks
surprised.
around,
I
they
was,
might start getting
I was
better.
surprised.
Never
I was
say
surprised.
never.
I was
6 in 7 years is
Nah,
crazy.
City will never catch up to United's trophies, but I was surprised on how close they were to Arsenal. Like 3 off. That's mad. I'll be shaking in my boots.
Well, first
to be
division
fair.
titles. We've destroyed them in
Eh.
Premier League titles, but first
Bro,
division
I think-
titles are still
Do you
ahead.
think City are more successful than Arsenal then, Ahmed? They won a treble, they won a Champions League.
Nah, Arsenal,
Super
yeah.
Cup.
Arsenal, for as much as they've not won a Champions League, they'll always be bigger than Man City. That's a fact.
Why
Always
is
be
that? Why?
Bigger fan base.
Look at the fan
bigger-
base. I can't argue. There is no
Yeah.
argument here about the fan base.
But bro, look at the players they used to have back in the Thierry Henry, Dennis
So,
Bergkamp.
so City closing in on trophies, won a Champions League, won a treble, creates more revenue, right? Arsenal have the fan base and more league titles.
Okay.
Oh, I'll give you
Can I
a good
ask you this
reason.
then,
There's
Mo?
a reason
Is-
why
is City-
Rodrygo's not at Arsenal right now.
Is City bigger than Inter Milan?
I mean, technically, it's not City either.
City are bigger than Inter Milan.
There's a reason
Yeah,
why
would-
he's
would
still
that-
at Real
would that be-
Madrid.
would that
Do you know
ever-
how many?
Either
Do
you're
you,
too
do you know
close.
how many league titles we have?
Would there ever be a possibility?
Is
I'm
it
asking a
21?
If they, yes, of course, if they catch up to 20 league titles, 3 Champions Leagues, and 3 other European Cups, and multiple Ballon d'Or winners like Lothar Matthäus and R9,
Who knows?
like if they do
Now,
that,
Who
London,
knows
yes.
what-
speak up
Who,
about
who
Ballon
said
d'Ors.
no? Who says
knows
no?
what-
Rams.
Who knows? In 100 years' time,
I say
no
no.
one can say that City won't be the most successful club in England, right? Because in 100 years, a shitload of stuff can happen.
Me, I would say that. I would
You
say
never know.
Liverpool will be the most successful club in England.
Okay.
No, but listen,
I
for
hope
as
so.
much-
I hope so. I hope
no, but
so.
people. The thing is
Maybe
like,
if you get some new owners.
no, but the thing is, yeah, people really underestimate fans because what makes a big club is the fan base.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
yes, it does. The fans
There's a
play
lot of
huge
factors. There's a lot of factors. I
There's
think.
a lot of
I think
factors, yeah, but the fans,
fans
the
are
fans,
important
yeah.
too.
Why is Man United such a big club worldwide? Because of the fans. Obviously, there's other stuff, yeah, but
Your history,
Look-
man.
look at-
That's
look at the-
ChatGPT.
look at the international, bro. Look at the international fan base, and look how globally we're reaching to different people.
Ahmed,
around
you're
the
missing
world.
one big thing,
Bro.
bro. Your history, your legacy.
Yeah, history as well. But I'm
Hey.
saying, no, but what I'm saying is that Arsenal, I still believe, yeah, with Arsenal, they're still the biggest club in London and bigger than Man City.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go on.
Can I ask you a question for real? Rak will answer this better than anyone. Okay, but I'm gonna ask you, Ahmed, first before Rak answers this, right? I know why, and I'm gonna tell you why Rak will answer this the better of all of us. Ahmed, do you think Chelsea are bigger than AC Milan?
No, I don't think so. AC Milan are a
Why?
massive club.
Why is that? Why?
No, because we're Chelsea.
You know, factually, Chelsea produce more revenue. They have bigger fan base around in the world. They have more reach, more watch hours, more watch games. I'm
That's
using
because
your logic, Ahmed. I'm
no,
using
but
your
AC
logic, Habibi. I'm using your logic.
No, with AC Milan, listen, with AC Milan, I don't know my knowledge when it comes to the Italian clubs is limited, yeah. So I don't know how many Champions Leagues or
7
titles that they've won yet. So they've got 7
Milan's won
Champions
7.
Leagues, and they've got a decent amount of titles.
Okay, do you think Chelsea is bigger than Inter?
No.
Oh, please say yes. No.
No. Inter are a big club, man. Inter are a big
Oh,
club.
why? Our fan base is not there
It's too
anymore.
bad we don't
People
have the
moved.
Chelsea fan.
The young generation from the 90s, everyone moved
If I,
towards English football.
Bro, the
Nobody,
players
we don't
you
have a
had-
massive
player-
global fan
The
base.
players you had, bro, like it's mad.
Mo,
That
but
was
Mo,
fair.
if I was to back Ahmed here, yeah, with his point, the reason why the likes of Juventus, Inter, AC Milan, the reason why the fan base and the revenue is so bad is because that the interest within the market of Italian football is not the same as it was back in the 90s. Not many people are watching Italian football anymore because it wasn't as it used to be, and there's a lot more marketability and
Italian football back in the 90s. Italian football back in the 90s was bankrolled by a load of Italian billionaires, right? Industrialists.
Yes.
You had the Agnelli family who looked after you. You had the Marattis who looked after Inter. You had Berlusconi with Milan. So and they were happy to dip their hands into their pockets to pay. And at that time, they were the main guys who were willing to pay the big money. At that point, they paid more money for all the big stars.
All I
Right.
can tell you guys, for the younger fans, R9 played for Barcelona. One player of the season at the Spanish League, Inter came in and said, "Who's this Barcelona guys? R9, you're joining us. World record fee," and he joined in.
Yeah.
AC Milan used to break the record left, right, and center back in the day, man.
Juventus used to do that.
Yeah.
Juventus. But anyway, moving on. I don't want to say that. Like, you didn't know that City has 10 league titles, Ahmed. You're living a bubble, broski. City have a treble now.
No, I didn't.
City have a treble
I
now.
don't do bigger.
No, but if it was
stuff.
Arsenal or Liverpool, like bigger clubs in England, I would have actually. I know that, but Man City, I just wanted Man City. Yeah.
Let's talk about the football,
care
guys.
about bigger
Now
clubs.
let's go to the football. Let's go to the football side, okay? Let's go to football. We were talking about the Swede and all this stuff and all the things and all the number one, you putting Gyokeres and Isak in the same boat is actually fraudulent, actually, because Isak is better than.
I mean, speak to the Swedish manager who puts him in strike. Gyökeres plays up top.
No, but do you think
Who's the side piece?
I'm asking you.
Side piece. Man gets
I'm
put to the
asking you.
left.
No.
Man gets put to the left because Gyökeres is a better striker. End of debate.
I'm actually gonna.
But see, the thing is with Sulz.
Don't shoot the back. Look, the Swedish manager.
With
has spoken,
Sulz,
not
I
me.
expect
I'm just
him.
a
Yeah, when
messenger.
it goes, I expect with Sulz when that doesn't happen, yeah, and then Isak cooks. I don't want him to get defensive in it. I don't want him to say, "Oh, no, I never said that." You think Gyokeres is a better striker than Isak?
Okay, Sulz.
That is blasphemy. That's blasphemy, by the way.
Listen,
No, hang on. So I need to ask you a question.
International
And then people
manager
wonder why Arsenal fans get slated, bro. This is exactly.
I don't give a shit. Slate me all you want. I don't care, fam.
Answer this question, yeah. Back in the day, who was a better striker, David Trezeguet or Thierry Henry?
Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
So why was Thierry Henry playing as a left winger in the Euro 2000, bro? And Trezeguet was playing.
Doesn't matter. We're talking about today.
No, it's the same concept.
No,
It's the same concept.
No,
It's not
the
the
principle
same.
is you're basing your argument on the choices of the
Also,
Swedish
he
manager,
scored more goals.
right?
He's also scored more goals
Your
for Sweden.
opinion is based on the opinion of somebody else. Does that make sense?
Also, he scored more goals for Sweden. So same.
No, but I mean,
that's the equalizer. That's the equalizer.
Since-
By the way,
Equalizer.
Okay.
They've got the same quality
guys,
around them.
Okay, I'm going to read
So-
out the teams that he has scored against.
But Isak
Algeria,
can do it. Isak had the same
Azerbaijan,
opportunity.
2 against Azerbaijan again, 1 against Estonia,
Isak
1
played.
against Slovakia.
Isak played. So
Big
why
up
did you
Azerbaijan.
Isak
Okay,
played.
guys,
Where's
now, okay, forget the striker thing. Okay, since we have, by the way, since we have Shez here, Ahmed said he hasn't met Shez for a while. Sul said that.
Big up
Rak
Nez,
said
man,
that.
long time.
Big up. People really think it's going to be a 3-horse title race, and you're excluding Chelsea from
I
this.
think it's a 2-horse
100%.
title race for the record.
100%. I'm excluding them. 100%.
What? Is that Kelk again?
It's a 2-horse title race.
Between who?
It's City Pool.
Arsenal and Liverpool.
Yeah, City Pool are back.
Why
City
are
and
you
Liverpool.
excluding Arsenal? Why are you excluding Arsenal for it?
I don't rate their signings. They're getting
Mikel
rejected
Arteta.
by players are going to Spurs instead of Arsenal.
No,
I don't rate their window.
Yeah.
They're not being rejected. They're not being rejected. Eze wants to join Arsenal. Arsenal are the ones who are waiting for him. It's
As they
the
want
other
to
way
go to
around.
Spurs, last I saw.
100%.
We aren't bidding for him. So what?
Yeah, but whose fault is that?
Want him
Whose
to
fault is
just
that?
sit there.
Whose fault is that, though, isn't it? Oh, we're not bidding, mate.
I'm
Like,
not,
what
but
do you
that's
want
not a rejection.
No.
That's
I'm
like saying
telling
you're
you, that's the
rejected to the
reason why
girl you never asked
Rodrygo
out.
is
Okay,
not filling that
it might
gaping
not be a
hole you have at
rejection.
left wing. He doesn't want to go to your club.
It might not be a rejection, but her point stands correct that your transfer window has been underwhelming.
That's a different argument, though. We're talking
But
about
that's what
us
she's
being
saying, though.
rejected. Who rejected us?
Oh, okay, bro. Why is he
We've
fixated
got,
on rejection?
we've got man
Why is
giving
it-
up 10 million euros to join us. 10 million euro. None of you are doing that. You're not
Doing
giving up
what?
even to join City. I'm not giving 10 million to go play for Arsenal. Fuck that. Give me my 10 million. But yeah, man gave that up for a club he doesn't even support, but he
Lord.
wanted to join.
Yeah, I die, bro.
And we're getting rejected. Okay. Weird narrative, but go on.
How do people not rate the Arsenal window, by the way?
Okay, what's special
I
about
don't
it?
rate Gyokeres, that's why.
Okay.
Because,
They signed the striker that everyone told them to sign, right?
Exactly.
I
Can
mean,
I
they
ask you,
wanted...
Ahmed, something? Can I ask you
Go on.
something? Who's better? Delap, João Pedro, or Viktor Gyökeres?
Delap and
You-
João Pedro are
So
better players.
you guys
than
would rather have Arsenal sign Delap, João Pedro than Arsenal signing
I don't
Viktor
rate that
Gyökeres?
either.
Yeah. They're better players and better footballers than Gyokeres. 100%.
No.
You think
100%.
for what Arsenal need, they should have gone and signed João Pedro and Delap? Okay, let me just rephrase the question.
Yeah.
So the Arsenal, the ones that need a striker that have a false nine in Havertz, Instead of going to signing a number 9 like Gyökeres, you should go and sign a young striker like Baleba and a false 9 like João Pedro.
Yeah, because in the 22,
How does that help them if they needed a striker?
Because in the 22-23 season, they didn't have an out-and-out number striker, and they played their most attacking, fluid football back then. And Ødegaard, I got the best out of Ødegaard that season, and they scored loads of goals. They scored loads of goals.
They played with Jesus though, who was
but Jesus, stylistically, Jesus is stylistic. If you look at Jesus, even though his injuries messed him up, he was scoring goals, but he's stylistically more closer to a João Pedro than he is to a Gyokeres. With Gyokeres, Arsenal are going to change a little bit in how they play to try and get the best out of him. Because, bro, you've got your striker. I don't necessarily think Arsenal's issue was goals. They got bare goals with Nketiah. They got loads of goals with Havertz in the team. They were scoring loads of goals in the 80s, in the 90s. I don't know what their most goal tally is, but their problem is that they don't need an out-and-out striker. They just need someone who, when the system is like looking dry, go do something out of nothing. They need an Alexis Sanchez type player. Okay, that might not be available.
That's a different story.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, if they got, for example, like...
You're telling me that João Pedro and Baleba are Alexis Sanchez. What are we doing
No,
here?
I'm not saying that. But those two players are better than Gyokeres, in my opinion. Because with the...
I mean, if we sign
I'm
gonna let the Chelsea fan respond. Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask the question before I respond. What was who didn't believe Chelsea were in the title race?
Me.
I'm not disagreeing.
I don't think you're in a
Give me a logical reasoning. I'm not even disagreeing.
I can tell you the reason.
Yeah.
So based off last season, when I watched you in the Premier League, right, I would say from October to December, you guys played very attacking good football. You guys were linking up. You looked very good. Since 2025, I think you guys capitulated. I think that you were also in a title race where I think you were second or first. You completely dropped off. You just about got top 4. So you went from being top of the Premier League to just about getting top 4. I've seen Maresca also bottle a 20-point lead at Leicester. I don't think Maresca, and I don't think your manager is capable of sustaining consistency in the Premier League throughout a 38-game season. I think his best weapon is I think he's better as a knockout manager in the cups. I don't think throughout the Premier League, Maresca's got it. He's shown it at Leicester. Yeah, he's won it, but he almost bottled it, and he's not shown it in Chelsea. He just about got top 4. And he did a good job in it, but for where he was at in the early on in the season before 2025, bro, they were talking. Let's not pretend that we weren't having title races about Chelsea last season. Do you remember? We were talking about title races. Chelsea were in a title race last season. They were in a title race, but obviously they dropped. So that's my answer to you, Shez, isn't it? That's why I think you won't be in it.
I just think they're not ready yet. I think they just need one more season and another summer transfer window to be fully there until the end of the season. I think they'll be there and thereabouts probably at Christmas, but they'll be a bit inconsistent in like January to March. I don't think they'll drop down to like 6th or 5th. I think they'll just be there or thereabouts. I think like probably 10 points behind the eventual winners.
So, did you think Arsenal were in a title race in 22-23?
Yes.
They led it most of the season.
Can I just question, Shez, and I'm going to let you respond. Arsenal were 5th, and then they went to be a title race. Arteta was still novice. So there is no reason for Chelsea not to be in a title race. Shez, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that Ahmed said we fell off, right? I think the last 9 games of the season, Chelsea had the second best form in the league. Up until December, we were the second best team in the league. So we were second for the beginning and end of the season. The period he's talking about was 5 games. I think we lost against Fulham. We drew against Bournemouth. We lost against Brighton. We lost against Villa. And that's the period of form he's talking about. So we're talking essentially about 5 games, which is why Chelsea weren't in the sustained title race. Do I believe my squad depth is improved enough so I can win or draw some of those 5 games? Correct. So I'm not really looking at a bulk of the season where I was staying in the title race. Now, you can't drop 5 games out there in a row. You can't do that. I agree. But let's not act like Chelsea didn't have great form back end of the season where everyone here was telling me we were not going to make top 4, despite the fact that the teams we're fighting for, we had to play. And in hindsight, everyone goes, yeah, but everyone was on the beach. That wasn't what everyone was saying 10 games remaining of the season. It was Chelsea have a tough run. They're not going to win these games. They're not making top 4. But we did it. Everyone said before the Club World Cup, Man City doing great business. They didn't win it, but we did, conceding 3 or 4 goals. So
yes,
the only reason why the logic that dictates, I'm quite logical in that way, the only reason why you would say Man City in the title race, not Chelsea, is just history. That's it. It's not current
Not
form.
just history.
You
Better
guys are
manager,
better
better
at cups than you are
It's
in
not.
the
It's
league.
not. No, but
That's
it's
a
not
fact.
current. I just told you in the league, we were the second highest form team in the league. That's not a cup.
I think
And what time
Chelsea's
for me
a-
I
is
think
it, by the way?
the thing that
Are you
yeah, the
talking
thing is
2025? Because we had the best. We've had the most points in 2025. We had the best form.
No,
at
I
the end of the
didn't. I
season
didn't say the whole
with my
2025.
scrub ass team
Last-
before we reloaded.
Anyway,
I think
said
I think that,
the last 10
Yes.
games, I think it was, right? I think the last 10 games, Chelsea, I think it was the last 8 or 10 games, Chelsea won like 7 or 8 out of 10, whatever it was. And that's what helped
so
us
did
get
we.
to 4 eventually. And that drop off was 5 games. It wasn't as big as everyone's making out, or you dropped off massively. The problem was that's a lot of games in terms of if you drop that many games in the running or in the middle of the season, it makes a big difference. Whereas if Chelsea had not done that drop off until the last 10, everyone would be like, wow, you made it to the end and you dropped off at the end. That's a bottling moment, but well done for getting that far. It just so happened we did it in the middle, so it distorts the view of Chelsea a bit. Whereas if we did that at the beginning, then had a great December to May, everyone here will be saying, wow, you had a great 7 months, you won 2 trophies, let's see. But because it was in the middle, and Ahmed has a confirmational bias of Leicester bottling the league, whatever that means, right?
I mean, he blew a
And
20-point
he's
lead.
put in did we blow the Club World Cup? Did we blow top 4 even though we were in it for the whole time?
Club World Cup.
Chelsea.
If you're gonna, the thing is,
You
yeah.
better. I would pick you to pick win the
My
Champions League
sample
over the
size-
Premier League.
The
Honestly,
thing is, my sample size of Chelsea not being in a title race is bigger than Shez's reason on why he thinks he's in a title race.
No, it's not 5. You just mentioned the middle of the run of the season.
Bro,
You
you're
didn't
saying
mention
5 games. It was way more than 5 games. I've seen you
Yeah,
guys.
Chez-
It was more than 5 games. It wasn't just 5 games. I've seen you lose.
No, but I'm saying that period of time. I'm not saying it was just those losses happened just then. I'm saying that period of Fulham, Everton, Brighton was all like in a space of like 2 months. That's my point. It wasn't like it was. I'm not saying we didn't lose a game at all or draw a game. I'm just saying that period was what made everyone believe. All of a sudden, Chelsea went from like 4th or 3rd in the league in terms of form.
Forget
to like 16.
okay, Ches. I remember being a bit longer. I just had a quick look at it. You won 5 games out of 16. So you did win some games in that period, but
Yeah.
if you look at it over at 16 is like not far off half a season. So yeah, you did win some games in that period, but if you won 5, that means you dropped points in 11 games out of that run of 16.
Yeah, but even
that's-
regardless of that,
that's
right? We still was in a position.
The end of your season. Honestly,
End of the season, and I'm not.
That was no one
games,
saw that
right?
coming. I thought you guys did
Yeah.
brilliantly at the end of the season. Like I'm speaking to like other Chelsea fans or whatever, and going into the last 10 games of the season, everyone in the Chelsea fan base was pretty down. I think because I think
Yeah,
it's more like
literally, right. Let me tell you this: the Fulham game wasn't even hopeful. It was more like if you stay in this game and win it, we have a chance. And then after that, it was like win.
yeah, and it was win after win after win. Yeah, absolutely.
So
and,
my thing is, there was a lot of draws in there. I was more talking about the defeats because I'm more looking at how can we turn around the defeats to draws minimum. Then the draws into wins is the harder thing to do. Which is why a lot of people say, "Oh, we've turned those draws into wins to win the league." It's hard to do that. It's easy to say that in hindsight. But my point is that if I look at my squad now, do I feel like with the squad depth we have and the manager being in the league for a year and winning the trophies he's done, am I going to see my team win 5 and 16? I personally can't see that.
no.
Do I see us now having enough like ammo to beat low blocks? Yes. Do I feel like my team is quite competitive against the big 6 teams now in comparison to the last few years? Also, yes. So that's what I'm basing my
not
thing
all
on.
of them.
But you got Kel here who's won nothing this year, telling me I won't be in it, but her midfield is non-existent. Shit.
Was last year.
I'm meant to believe in a shit Rodri and a shit midfield is going to be competitive.
Shit, Rodri.
Mine isn't. Where's he been the last year?
He was injured.
Let's hold it there, yeah. He's a
Ballon d'Or.
And he's
show us the Chelsea Ballon d'Or.
Let's just call it as it is. Yeah, listen. One thing, what I'm going to say, yeah, Chelsea fans, the Chelsea fans I've spoken to believe that Reece James is the best right back, and I agree with that, even though he's injured. Yeah, but based on that logic, you have to apply that same logic to Rodri. You can't just say like, "Oh, Reece James is the best right back."
Call out Reece James was injured. I'm not going to defend him.
No. But what I'm trying to say to you is that when people say Reece James like he's the best right back, but for me, I still believe that. Obviously, availability, he's not the best. But
Wait,
Rodri
Rodri
had a massive, Rodri had a massive injury, but
That's
he's
my
still
point,
the
Ahmed.
best.
We don't know how he's going to come back. That's what I'm saying.
They've also signed Tejani Reinders,
Yeah.
who's an incredibly
Tejani
highly
Reinders.
rated midfielder in Europe. Like,
Hey,
He's going to have the
we're
biggest
saying-
impact on
Man
the
Let's
City's
be
club.
honest, Man
midfield
City
next
have
season.
had a better transfer. Man City have had a better transfer window
Oh,
than
Ahmed,
Chelsea.
why didn't they win the World Cup then?
The Club World Cup, a
Okay.
glorified pre-season friendly.
No, but
Come on.
if it's so glorified, why didn't they just win it?
Bro, that's the
What do you
that's the
mean,
problem.
bro? Answer the
He's
question.
holding on to that. He's holding on to
No,
that.
Ahmed, the reason I'm asking the question is because I need you to answer it because you realize, but your
Guys,
answer will make
Guys,
sense.
the questions lead to substance, leads to
There we go.
arguments.
It's not some
This is,
blank question.
it's not just a
We
question.
dive
It's
into
like, if they had a better transfer window, Ahmed, in your opinion, why didn't they win the Club World Cup?
We've
It
reached
has to be.
semi-final at least. Yeah,
Who
like why not?
cares about the Club World Cup?
It's not about whether you care or not.
Who
Answer the
cares
question.
about it? I'm talking about the league, and this guy's talking about the Club World Cup. They've had
Hey,
a
man,
transfer.
then, when you
You
can't
don't
answer
judge,
questions,
yeah.
what are
You
we
don't
doing?
judge. You
What are
don't
we doing?
judge the transfers. Yeah, you don't judge the transfers in pre-season. Wait
What
until
was,
we
no,
do
what was
in the
everybody
league.
telling me the beginning of the transfer window? The
Rangers
first
has
one?
played 4 games.
Man
since
City,
like,
Wait,
they
They
rack
scrub.
around and Sulz, yeah? What was everybody saying? Man City have revamped. They bought Shirky. They're ready for the Club World Cup. They yada, 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 yada. Why didn't Chelsea go for Man Yang? But now Ahmed is telling me no one cares about it. It doesn't matter.
no, but
They're
I've been saying it
oh,
from the
Kez,
beginning.
you know
about
me. I've always said.
I swear
Man
to you, I haven't watched a single
Yeah,
game.
but Ram, the point was everyone was telling us to go get him. What are you doing? Man City are making moves. Liverpool making moves, buying alerts. Why are you not doing anything? We
I'll
then
tell
win
you
the
why I
Club
don't
World
favor
Cup,
you.
and then Ahmed's
What?
going to me. Well, I don't care about the tournament, but you can't answer
Honestly,
the question. Why didn't they go far in
I'm
it
just
then?
being honest.
You guys are a good
Chez,
tournament team.
what do you
Always
think
have
about?
been.
There's one player who
Well,
I
I
thought
don't
in the
disagree
running
with the league, by the way,
was
I'm just
very
saying.
strong for you.
Sorry?
I think Cole was going to be a bit of a miss. To be fair, like
100%.
I
If
think
you don't know what I said about it, then we're screwed.
yeah, I see. I think in that run, in those last 7 or 8 games when you went on that run, he was really, really good, and it just gave a solidity to your backline that maybe you didn't have for the whole season. I don't know if that was the case or not, but definitely I thought that he definitely stepped up in the running last year. And I think without him, it's going to be tough. Like I would say Fofana has the potential, but we all know that he's very injury prone, right?
Injuries.
So we'll have to see. I'm not going to dismiss Chelsea, but I think without that kind of foundation to build on, it makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, but bro, like,
I don't rate your keeper.
Right? I've got to
I don't rate
ask.
Sanchez. Sorry, he's
Yeah,
not a
any-
title-winning keeper.
All the Chelsea players, right? They've won trophy, they've won Conference League, they've won Club World Cup. The reason why I say they're just not ready yet is because I don't think they have what it takes to win a league title. Like winning knockout competitions is a lot different to winning a league title. There's a lot more to it. There's more consistency. You need more consistency. It's not a case of we go in one game and it's like we do badly. Like sometimes you have to win like 7 games on the trot to maintain pressure and maintain that momentum going into the back end of the season. I think Chelsea squad is super talented. Like the front line is super talented. Arguably one of the best midfields. I will still hold firm that Liverpool has the better midfield. But that's thereabouts. It's just that I feel as though they need a little bit more time together, and I think one more season together just to play with one another and build on from last season. And I think the next season, that's when you'll be like, okay, this team is.
Yeah, by the way, Ram, you know, a lot of Chelsea fans agree with you. They're saying a lot of them don't think we're ready this year, but they want to be consistent this year and not have the drop off, and then next year fight for the league. So what you man saying isn't mad. I just want to hear your logic and Ahmed's logic.
And just to add, right?
Fair enough.
You guys played postseason as well. You guys played a lot of games. Like
we don't know how. We don't know one way.
Got to rest for the Conference League, so not all of them did.
Yeah,
and
like
playing champs as well.
We've been through this debate already. Like PSG, for example, dropped half their team when they won the league. Like we don't know if it's going to work both ways. It could help us, it could hinder us. We actually don't know. We have no evidence.
Do you think you'll be in a title race then?
I think if we get a centre back, we can be. If we replace Cole, if
But
we
you've
don't,
got Hato, right?
Sorry,
You're missing some
You've
X
got
factors.
Hato.
No. Hato as a centre back. Are you mad?
Did Kel just
Is he a teenager?
Did Kel just say we're missing some X factors?
I think you're missing an X factor.
When we
like
have
that
Cole
guy who's going to
Palmer,
win you
João Pedro,
some in the
and
finals.
Like what football? What are we teaching people on these panels? How is Cole Palmer non X factor? How is Xavi Simons, who we're probably going to sign?
Xavi Simons.
Can I ask you something, Kel?
No.
Can I ask you something?
Hold on.
Can I ask you something, Kel? For real? Hold on. Who do you think is more of an X factor? Cole Palmer or Erling Haaland?
In a league title, I'm going Erling Haaland. In a cup tournament, I'll go Cole Palmer.
Do you think Erling Haaland can win you the game? Like, for example, if City are doing bad, Erling Haaland can win you the game on his own. The word X factor is basically Mohamed Salah, for example. Like what I mean, Alexis Sanchez, Eden Hazard, you know, Thierry Henry. When the team is not doing well, it's easy. Everyone is easy. Odegaard, with all due respect, plays good when the team is doing well. That doesn't mean he's an X factor, right? When the team is doing well and everyone is happy and everyone's smiling, hair flick, an assist here and there, but the team is playing well. Right? You know what I mean? It's all about when the team is not playing well. When the team is not playing well, that is the whole point. Do we think more an X factor, Haaland or Cole Palmer, to win you 12 to 15 points on their own during the season?
Haaland as my City example for that.
Yeah, and the thing is, Mo, even when you're not playing well, generally speaking, in a game, you will still get the odd chance here and there, and that's why I go for Haaland, because Haaland has proved to be.
No, Mo, we don't need to compare it.
Also,
I think
the
they
league is
both.
different than a cup tournament.
I'm more talking about Kel's statement. I don't want to compare Haaland to Palmer because they're both.
But the fact is, even if you choose Haaland, the fact that we are actually the fact that we are discussing it, the fact is that we're discussing it. That means both can be X factors.
Yeah, but I don't know why Kel said. I want to know why Kel said the statement. That's what I was going to answer the question.
Haaland's not an X factor.
Yeah, I just don't rate Haaland as that one. I would. If you're going to make a more accurate comparison, I'm doing Rodrygo Foden, because I've seen them carry that in the league.
I'm sorry,
Foden
games over and over again. Yeah,
he's the older
guy. When he won Player of the Season, he carried us in so many games.
He's the hair flick guy. When things are going good, he's there. When things aren't going so good, he's not there.
We need to call these players hair flick boys. You know what I mean? These players, hair flick players. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
careful.
Now, what I mean, like hair flick, like the players that play well, Odegaard, Foden. When the team is playing well, they play well. Odegaard, Foden. You know what I mean? Some of these guys need to be there. You know, that is the reality too. There are some at Chelsea, to be honest. Like, there are some that happen at Chelsea. There are some at Liverpool.
Yes. Don't. Why are you mentioning my club? No, there are no players that.
Basically, because it's all about if Salah is playing well, the whole club is playing well. If Salah is not playing well, the rest of them are just.
Nah, that's just disrespectful, bro.
Yeah, someone in the chat brings up a good point. Didn't Palmer go for 3 months? Didn't he go like 4 or 5 months?
Factually speaking, we actually fact checked that. The problem is there are agendas that run in the media. Palmer still created the second most big chances in the league, even though he didn't have the season. By the way,
the thing is with Palmer is that obviously I rate him highly. He's a very good player, but the thing is with Palmer, his numbers are never going to decrease, even if he's playing rubbish. But the reason why people are saying that Palmer has declined is because of his performances. If you compare his performances from the first season of Pochettino, minus the goals and the assist, just looking at him as the player for 90 minutes, bro. His touch was heavy, like everything was just it's not the same Palmer in that 3-month period.
It
is true. It is true, though.
Ram, just
the thing is, like, bro, if anyone wants to gas Palmer, I'll do that. But I can't be. I'm not just.
You went fell off. His touch was heavy, and
his touch weren't great. Everything was not, bro.
Everything vague, statement, ambiguous.
That's like, because the level that he was playing at is light and day in comparison in that 3 months. In that 3-month period, if you compare it to Palmer in that 2-month period from November to December, yeah, it was 2 different players. 2 different players. You can't say, he had a lot of chances creation. He's always going to have that. He's on free kicks. He's on loads of set pieces, and he's a great passer as well. He's got loads of different qualities in his passing. He can pass from deep. He can pass from close as well. He's always going to have amazing numbers, but in terms of like throughout 90 minutes, yeah, he's not really been the same guy. If we're being honest with ourselves, like Palmer, come on now, let's not act like Palmer for his standard. If you're going to hold Palmer to a standard that you believe, obviously Chelsea fans rate him highly, that 3-month period, okay, maybe for an average player that would have been an 8 out of 10, but for him that was like 5 or 6, and that's not because he's bad. That's because he's literally showing everyone at the level that he's capable of playing, and we expect him to play at that level because of how good he is.
I know you don't watch all of our games. I hear it. Obviously,
I do watch your games,
but I'll tell you this: he wasn't like 10 out of 10 Palmer. Like, he wasn't fantastic, but at the same time, when I'm hearing heavy touch, ambiguous statements, I'll just say this: he was still chance creating. He wasn't finishing at the same rate. That's the thing I was questioning him on, because a few chances, if you remember Aston Villa away, like he should have easily scored that goal, and he would have early part of the season. His confidence dropped. He was still creating chances, and he was still the player I was looking at in the team going, yo, he's having a decent game, despite the fact everyone around him was falling off. Injuries left, right, and centre. People were not turning up. Poor positioning from the manager, putting people in different positions. That was annoying, right? But Palmer, I still thought was still doing not the same, but still doing good enough where if you have better players in front of him, he still might have got a few assists here and there. My main thing was his shooting. He's lacked the confidence to go for that shot, and that was what was going on my nerves. But chance creation-wise, ball carrying-wise, I wasn't looking at him too much. Look at the Man City game, for example. Jackson's a better touch that goes in.
But you're talking about...
So hold on. I have the facts.
Yeah.
So I went back and checked the Aston Villa game now. Because the thing is, things get lost in translation, right? He actually, in that game, he created the big chance in the game for Chelsea. He actually had 2 key passes. He had 44 touches, only lost the ball 6 times, won 5 out of his 6 ground duels. He actually completed 3 dribbles in this game, which is above average for a Premier League player. So in that game, and I'm checking the stats because I can't remember every single touch that he had. It looks like Cole Palmer didn't have a bad game.
He didn't. He just didn't score.
A bad game. Yeah. It looks like he had a good game, but because everyone is expecting him to have an assist or a goal every game. Maybe if they had a striker in that game, because by the way, that game, Pedro Neto was the striker and Kunku.
That's what I'm saying about the squad. That was poor. Yeah.
So he might have an assist because the numbers say that. I can't remember every single game. I watched that game. But for us to say that everything was bad, if you're saying the touches were bad, for 44 touches to only lose the ball 6 times, 6 position loss, that means can be 6 passes.
But that's why...
It's not bad at all.
Yeah, but you can say that, but that's why I watch with a TV, bro. Like, I need a TV in it to judge it. Like, at the end of the day, when it comes to Palmer, like, I think Shez didn't actually listen to my point. I said very clearly that even when he's playing bad, he's going to get very good numbers. And I'm talking about it purely from a performance point of view. His performances throughout 90 minutes has declined from the level that he was playing at previously in that 3-month period. And people talking about if he had a better striker, that's not the argument. You can still play poorly and get an assist and score a goal. But just because you do that, that don't mean you was man of the match or you was balling out. Do you get it? That's it.
Let me do the super chats and then Fonzie is saying fans don't make a club big, it makes it popular. Fair enough. Absolutely. Trophies make the club more successful and big. Man City are bigger than Arsenal. It's 2025, not 2005. Go Kelk.
Big up, Steve.
Big up, Steve. Big up, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
If you need a Newcastle fan, you should have called him.
Izzy want Arsenal, have some shame. Izzy wants Arsenal. Arsenal
don't want first today.
Because they don't want to bid for him. He's not going to wait for them forever.
Is he just going to stay at Crystal Palace waiting for Arsenal?
No, he can't wait forever. Pavlidis is bigger than Gyokeres. I've watched both for years. Oh, my.
He actually watches the Portuguese league, and I would gander that nobody here does.
No,
like, how many games have we honestly watched of Gyokeres last season? Anybody?
Steve is also Steve loves Benfica as well, so that's I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt.
We're holding into it 4 years, buddy. We're holding into it 4 years, but the Club World Cup world champions for 4 years. And by the way, Chelsea are going to be invited to the next Club World Cup, regardless of what they do in the Champions League.
Way, no Barcelona, no Napoli, and no Liverpool. Just saying. I will keep saying it, Mo. I will keep saying it.
That is true.
No champions of Italy, no champions of Spain, no champions of England. Just saying.
Think about it. This Chelsea, the talk that is happening with Chelsea now, when Chelsea start the season and by October they're top of the league or like second or something, people are going to say you're going to fall off. People are going to keep saying Chelsea will fall off until the end of the season.
It's not an Arsenal thing because we haven't won the league for a while. You're never going to get it until you win it. In the Champions League, all these men will say we have a chance because they've seen us win it recently. Because we haven't seen us win in the league. I know it's not as much as Arsenal. People just won't be able to believe it. That's why Kel, given no logic, just feeling, oh, you're not going to be in the title race. Why? Oh, well, that's my point.
I think you're a cup team. I don't think you're a league team. That's just my opinion.
Statistically, factually, just to respond to this, Kel, factually, no. Chelsea last season were the third best team in possession, chances created, like the third best defense. So statistically, they look good. The problem is they lacked a striker, and they signed 2. That's what they did.
It
What
wasn't
I'm
defensively as much. It was more attacking
And
wise.
what
We're poor.
Talking about City,
Yeah.
though, who's Kevin De Bruyne replacement? Is it Shirky or is it Reinders? Who's Kevin De Bruyne's replacement? For City?
Nobody replaces somebody like Kevin De Bruyne. It's going to be 2 players.
So
Well,
who's going to
nobody's
play that
replacing Mo
role?
Salah when he leaves. Those are
100%.
just like all-time
And you'll see no
players. You just
Liverpool
don't
fans
replace
saying
them.
that. You'll see no Liverpool fans saying that. So who's going to replace Kevin De Bruyne? Shirky, number 10.
It'll be a
number 10.
combination of Foden and Turkey.
Oh, that's why we recreate him in the aggregate. That's what we did. Kind of.
And Marmoush. Don't forget about Marmoush.
Kind of.
Okay.
It's, look,
But
ultimately,
Kevin De Bruyne
it's
is
a
an
bit,
irreplaceable player. You don't just
Yeah, he
replace
is.
him.
he's an all-timer. He's an all-timer in the Premier League. It's not easy for someone to come and take that mantle. Whether it be Foden, Reinders, Cherky, or a combination of all 3 of them. But
Always going to be 2
that's why
players.
Pep-
yeah.
that's why
who,
Pep
who replaced
paid the big
David
bucks.
Silva? Nobody. Like, there's just certain players that are just elite, and you can't replace
I think
them.
I think KDB was the main creative force in that team, though. And you've got obviously what's his name coming off Foden coming off a bad season last season creatively as well. There are question marks because was that just a blip of a season with Foden? We all know he's very talented, or is that a sign that he's not ready to take up that burden all by himself? Maybe not. Cherky, first season in the Premier League, is he going to be able to step up? People say he's talented. Other people are quite dismissive of his talents. I think there's question marks there. And Reinders, similarly, like some people I know said that he's going to be good. I had a couple of City fans saying that he's going to be the next Gundogan. But others are questioning the fee and questioning whether he's actually going to be able to make the impact. There are a lot of question marks about City as well. They may look. The one question mark you don't have is I don't have a question mark about Pep Guardiola, so I'm not going to dismiss him. But last season, City felt actually for the first 10 games or so, City were actually still very good, and then it just fell inexplicably. It fell off a cliff.
The results were there in the first 10 games, but the signs were there that the cracks were forming. Like we barely won some of those games. Like we had who was it? Like Ipswich come to town and score like 30 seconds into a game at the Etihad. Like the cracks were there. Like the problems were there. The team was aging and it needed a refresh. And then we lost the best player in the world for the whole season. So it just that's when it really fell off a cliff. But there were signs way before Rodrygo got injured.
I don't know.
And we had De Bruyne last season. And would you say he was like an elite creator last year? No, like Father Time has been coming for him. And
but it's true.
His
But it's a
declined.
compounding thing, right?
And
It's a
that's why you
compounding thing.
didn't win the league.
You have a lot of elements that weren't functioning, and
you need
that's
your
why
best
he was
players
one
on
of-
form to win a league, and we didn't have that. So
The
we lost
reason why
that.
you
But-
didn't win the league last season is because Kevin De Bruyne was not at his best. Every time
He
City
got
have
old.
won the league, every time City have won, it was Kevin De Bruyne was the main culprit of how they played. Every time.
Would you say
Even
he was
this-
the main factor when they won the 4-peat that season? The season
Yes.
before, when De Bruyne
Yes.
missed half the season, he was
Yes.
still the reason.
You don't want to go there? Yes. I can actually show you
No, it
evidence.
was carried. That team was carried by Foden and by Rodrygo.
No. I'm going to tell you in the
Yes, we
second half
were.
of the
Actually,
No, let me respond. Let me
the
respond.
one won the Ballon d'Or.
I'm gonna tell you, yeah, Rodri is great in terms of creativity and attack. When Kevin De Bruyne came back, by the way, you remember, Foden was still at the team when you won 1-12 or something like this, or you won, I think, 1-6 or something.
Different season.
Sorry, 1-6. In the beginning of the season, you were behind Liverpool and behind Arsenal, and then in the second half of the season, when Arsenal won 16 out of 18 and you won 17, who actually contributed in more games than Phil Foden? One guy. Kevin De Bruyne.
Tricks in the second half of the season.
Kevin De Bruyne, in the second half of the season, when he came back, City went on that run. Why didn't you have the same run when Foden was player of the season in the first half? Why Liverpool were top? Why Arsenal were ahead of City? I thought Foden was the guy that carried the team.
I'm not buying
Why,
it.
when only Foden came back in the second half of the season, you started playing the scintillating football that made Arsenal, even winning 16 games, you still won the league? Because Kevin De Bruyne is back. That's what City fans don't want to admit. Kevin De Bruyne is the most important player in your history.
You do realize the season we won the treble, we were behind the entire season when Kevin De Bruyne was playing the entire season.
Yeah, Mo, you're talking about this.
We always start out season slow. It doesn't matter if Kevin De Bruyne is there or not. We've also won league titles without him. So I get what you're trying to say, but like 22-23, when Arsenal led for what 90% of the season, Kevin De Bruyne was there the whole season. Why didn't we just scuff them the whole season? Like
my response to the Foden season, and I'm responding to the Foden season, is that in the second you kicked on when Kevin De Bruyne came back from injury in the second half of the season. The 18 games he played in the league.
Struggled when he's been in the team and not won the league until later in the season.
Kels, there is a game that supports Mo's point. It was that Newcastle game. That Newcastle game, I think, when Oscar Bob scored the last-minute winner.
Yeah, De Bruyne carried us in that game.
Every single game. Ches and Rack and Sulz, we were in the group chat. We said, flip me, Kevin De Bruyne is back.
As soon as he did that, we knew it was Pete.
Yeah, it was done.
He was great in that second half, but
everyone knew this.
You're completely discounting.
And then when he's banged, like, what's it, 4 against Wolves?
Do you know what KDB is? He's a Maverick. The same thing Kel was asking me about Chelsea. That's what he is. He can come up with a clutch moment that can change the momentum of football. Football's all about momentum and shifting and how you feel about your team, your confidence. It's ironic, isn't it? And you don't have that anymore. So let's see how many Mavericks can turn up Man City this year.
I want to hear this at the end of the season. I want to hear your opinion on this at the end of the season.
I'm consistent. I still think Foden can be that, but last season he obviously fell off that Odegaard has. I've got to keep the same energy. Until you prove you can go back to that form, we've got to assume you're going to stay there. Simple as that. Unless Foden wants to step up again and do a 25 GA season, 20 GA season, I don't really see anybody else in your team.
Yeah, man.
Giving Maverick.
By the way, the biggest game of your season, guys, the
Mavericks.
The biggest game in their season, the game that actually sealed the title in the 93% season for Arsenal, the game that sealed the title, that 4-1. Do we remember what Kevin De Bruyne did?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Do we remember what Kevin De Bruyne did?
He punked him in both games.
You're talking about us now?
Yeah, 7 minutes in.
Do we remember?
De Bruyne played the whole first half of that season, and we were behind the whole time. That's all I'm saying.
And it was not, but because Kevin De Bruyne cannot going to carry the team by himself totally. But when Pep Guardiola fixed your system, you remember Haaland was scoring buckets in that treble season. But when Pep Guardiola switched to the box midfield, Kevin De Bruyne still, against Liverpool, he was the best player on the pitch. Against Arsenal, he was the best player. I don't see Foden being the best player on the pitch against Arsenal Liverpool, did he? Was he? Was he the best player on the pitch against the big teams? But that's the whole point. Foden is a good player. The problem is because he won player of the season, people think he's better than what he actually is. He's good like a Saka. He's good like these guys. He's good. He's not Salah or Kevin De Bruyne. There is levels to the game. There is Hazard. There's Kevin De Bruyne. There's Thierry Henry. There is Salah. There is levels. You can win player of the season. Nemanja Vidic won player of the season. It's okay. It happens.
Respect Vidic, by the way.
Vidic is great. You know what I mean? But what I mean by that is that him winning player of the season, by the way, he's not Rodri. Rodri is way important to City than Phil Foden. We've seen it. Week in, week out. Yeah. Kevin De Bruyne is the Maverick at the City team during the Pep's era. He is the Maverick in that team. This is why, as the guy said, I was in the group chat with them when Kevin De Bruyne is back. I remember that group chat. Like, fuck me. Kevin De Bruyne is like, fuck this league. No, that's what happened. Wallah, I remember. I can go back to that date when he came back.
Here's a better question.
Everyone.
You can say that because Kevin De Bruyne was in his prime, innit? Like he was in his prime.
Yeah, he was amazing, bro. He was phenomenal.
No, Ram, he was in his prime 2 seasons ago.
No, it wasn't. No, because when I think
it wasn't
like he's a lot further in his development as a player than Foden. That's
obviously.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, of course.
But what I'm trying to say to you is that with Foden, there's games where he's a bit shy and he don't really impose himself. I understand that. I still.
Do you know how many? Do you know how many years Foden has been with first team? Can someone answer? Do you guys know? It's not about the age.
19, though.
It's not about the age, Ahmed. It's about how many years. We cannot tell. Nobody can sit here now and tell me, oh, Bukayo Saka. Yes, he has another level to go. Bro, he has been playing first team football for 5 years or 4 years. That's enough for you to develop. Mohamed Salah.
Foden's been on the first team for 8 years.
No, but you can
Both
arguably
of
say that the
them.
team's not
8
really
years. I thought it was
been built
5.
around Foden
Man.
like that. Foden is just a part of the team, whereas with Saka, he's at the centerpiece. Like, do you get
Yeah,
it?
he is.
Arsenal have built a team around Bukayo Saka, whereas with Man City, when it comes to Foden, because there's so many good attackers,
Some of the parts, isn't it?
So can I ask Ahmed to answer me this? Do you think Man City will build the team around Phil Foden then? Since Kevin De Bruyne left.
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Because I don't think Pep
He's
is
not
going to
that
trust
level.
him to do
Pep's
that.
not
No, but he built the team around Kevin De Bruyne, not that.
Yeah, but with
Yeah,
Kevin De
about one of
Bruyne,
the all-time,
with
like one of the
Kevin De
greatest
Bruyne-
players of all time. Yeah.
Oh,
of
does
course he did.
Foden even start?
I don't think Foden will ever get to
No,
that,
no,
like one of the
Foden.
greatest players of all time level.
No,
Really?
Ahmed. Deep it. Does he even start if they get
Foden.
Rodrygo?
And ask,
Foden.
Wallah Al-Azim, Ahmed. They get Rodrygo. They sell Savinho, they get Rodrygo. We know the front line. It's Marmoush, Haaland, Rodrygo. We all know that.
Yeah.
In the
Bro,
midfield,
he's better
Rodri's
than
fit.
Marmoush, bro.
Rodri Reinders.
The 10 will
Rodri
be Foden.
I think
and
Marmoush is
Turkey will be the
overrated.
one
By the
coming
way.
off
I
the
think he's
bench.
overrated.
Foden's better than like he's going to play way more games than Marmoush. Like respect.
Marmoush is
Foden.
overrated. He's better.
Yeah,
Marmoush
Foden,
is
of course,
better.
bro. People forgetting, by the way, one.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not writing him
mediocre-
off. I'm just saying he's
No,
not a
no,
maverick.
this guy, I've
I
seen
don't think he's a
enough in
maverick.
it.
I will never
I am
Yeah.
not writing it off, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I haven't seen Foden does it and carry the team when the team is doing bad, like what some players
He's a
did.
hair freak guy.
Who did step up last season for City? Since you're willing to
Well,
blame it all on
nobody,
Foden.
nobody.
Nobody.
I'm not.
No one's
No,
Last
why didn't
season-
somebody
no
else?
one's
Why did
no,
the
like-
captain this
Hold on.
season do
When
that?
did I blame last season on Phil Foden? When?
Pep.
You
Tell
were
me
shitting
one
on him
time.
all season.
Last season's on Pep. Not
And I was
Yeah.
too. I called him out. I called him out. He was poor.
I
last
am
season.
not.
Yeah.
Phil Foden didn't even play enough last season because he
Right.
was dealing with personal issue last season.
He was
He
injured
wasn't good
too.
last season.
The guy's
as
still
well.
one of the best.
I'm not saying he's not a
players.
wicked player. I think he's a bit overrated though. Two things can be true. I'm
Yeah,
not saying
no,
he's not a
Saka.
top player.
But
People
he
think
gets
so.
into that Chelsea
If
team,
I
though,
ask all the panel here to name me the top 5 players in the Premier League now, attacking, only attacking, name them.
Easy.
Viets,
Salah, Isak,
Salah,
Haaland, Palmer.
and Viets.
No, bro. In the Premier League, let's see in the Premier League.
He hasn't
bro.
even played a single Premier League game. What are you
Bro,
talking
sorry.
about?
I'm trying to think for Man United. Or
Agenda's got an
And then
agenda.
I'm
Arsenal
picking Ryan
have any-
Turkey.
Saka's a bit.
Saka.
Foden's
Saka.
better. Foden's a
Wait,
better.
Palmer's
player.
there, but Saka.
Come on.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Nah, Saka's
He
there,
is,
man.
yeah.
Okay.
He is.
Saka-
Foden, where people
Saka
forget.
just gets in.
Okay, we're
forgetting
just
it.
making a bullshit list then. Cool.
It's not.
Let's just throw Havertz in there whilst all right.
Bro, the top four.
Wait, hold on. Say that again. Would you say that again? Why
we
Sulz
just
a
throw
better option?
Mikel Marino in there because
Sulz, I was in top four.
No, but why
Yeah.
Sulz?
No,
I want to know why
Rat-
Sulz.
Right
Listen,
back to Viets.
I want to know why Sulz feels a bit defensive.
Yeah,
innit?
a bit
What is
touchy,
it?
yeah. a bit
What is it
early.
that I say, by
Early.
the way? What did I say? I didn't say Minimint is better than Saka. I named a football player who's very good. Do you get what I'm saying? I named a very, very credible player in Phil Foden. Like, I'm not just this ain't random Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Yeah, Ahmed, I used to be like that, but I'm done.
No, but
defending
you're
that.
Liverpool. You like Arsenal, like Saka, Salah, kind of
No,
similar.
I
You've got a
hate
bias.
Arsenal. I hate Arsenal.
No,
I
you-
don't
You know
like
there's a
what? I
Arsenal.
bias.
actually hear
There's a
Ram,
bias.
you know. Yeah, I hear you, Ram. I'm not going to put.
There's more
I'd
of a
be
bias.
hurt as
I'm
well if I
tired.
played dunked on.
Phil
Yeah,
Foden,
yeah.
the season before, hold on, the
Yeah, I
season
know Ahmed, but that you can't just forget
that
last
that
season.
season
That's
before
jarring.
is better than
Like-
any version that like most attackers, bro, like right now in the attacking.
Wow.
Premier League.
Oh,
Barring,
I'm still
barring,
taking
barring.
Nine
How's
Foden
that
against
for season,
PSG.
bro?
and
Like I've seen this
Dortmund.
guy,
He
yeah, performing
obliterated
cooking
them.
against Real
Him and
Madrid for
Mahrez,
90
oof,
minutes.
beautiful.
Come on now.
But Mo, what's your point? Sorry.
My point is, in the league now, you wouldn't choose, even if you don't choose Saka, do you know the clear ones in the league now? You know, it's
Yes.
Haaland, probably it's Salah, it's Isak. You pick these guys before. I'm saying before you even maybe pick Saka or Foden. There's a lot of people that will pick
Yeah.
Palmer over Salah, Foden and
I think
Saka
a lot
now.
of people would have Palmer in their top 4, top 3, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you want to say Saka better than Foden, you can. If you want to say Foden better than Saka, that's a conversation I'm willing to have. Right? Even if you want to throw Palmer, that's fine. But what I mean is that Foden is not based on a guy that has been playing under Pep Guardiola, that won a 4-peat, that won a triple, that did all of this. Why we're not having Foden as one of the best players in the league? Why? Why we're still sitting here and
He is.
it's not happening?
I think he's still one of the best.
No, man.
He's still one of the best. He's still one of the best. No,
No, but is
just
there
because-
element of hype as well, though? Like how well you're doing in the moment. Like because he's been off for a year, it's hard for people to put him in there.
it's like saying, "Oh, Vinny had a bad season. He's dead now." He's
yeah,
dead.
we can't.
No, Vinny's
completely write
dead
them off,
anyway.
but-
Well,
you know, all
it's-
these
yeah,
things are
more
hype,
proven-
innit?
Football is really
Foden scored a
reactionary.
hat-trick
People just
against a
forget.
big
People just
team.
remember what's happened recently, and then
Yeah,
they-
Mo.
and they- and
Foden scored a hat trick against a big team start of the season. People can be like, "Wow, he's back! Like he's a baller." Football's
We
We
very
have a bunch
fickle,
of
man.
games to come up, so
But can I
Let me,
ask
yeah,
a
I wanna-
question to you guys?
All I'm saying is the phone's having a remontada season.
I'm
I
just
think he's
saying,
gonna
like,
15
bar-
Premier League goals. That's my prediction.
barring that season where I think 23-24 when Foden played incredibly well, has there ever been a season where he was like, I'm that guy?
Dude, in the false nine era, he was a big part of that false nine era. Do you
But
not
was he
remember
that
him
guy?
like smoking PSG and
That guy, bro,
smoking Dortmund on the way to the Champions League final?
Aguero, who's one of the best
Ooh,
strikers in the
Dortmund.
Premier League.
Ooh.
They had all these elite midfielders. Phil Foden is surrounded by world class players. That's why it's very difficult to stand out. Whereas with players like Saka, he's not filled with world class players.
Foden can never
Because-
do it. But Palmer
I
can't
remember Foden coming through. Yeah, he was meant to be the guy that replaces David Silva.
And
That
KDB.
was the original play. That was
Okay,
the
well,
original
he's-
plan.
was
The
there
original
for a
plan was
couple
him
of
to
years.
replace David Silva.
No, Ram, he's meant to be the KDB replacement
still
now.
there for, like,
He was
3
meant to
or
be the
4
guy
years.
who's
He's
playing
now.
played.
Young
He's
kid.
had
Right.
6 seasons in the Premier League, and 5 of them have been solid. What are we doing?
Oh, I want to go 5. 5 is not
What do you mean?
solid.
But you
Fine.
forget, he broke
I'll
in when he
probably
was
go
like
at 3 is
17.
solid.
Had
One
David Silva
great
and
and
Kevin
2
De Bruyne
bad.
in front
Five of them, he's been
and Gundogan.
perfectly fine. Like, what are we doing? Oh, see, now people are talking about England. Now we're just deflected. Now, what's England got to do with anything? Do you get me? Like, who cares about England? Respectfully, I
Well,
live in.
think about it. Is 18-year-old Phil Foden supposed to bench David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, and Ilkay Gundogan, who are all in their primes?
No, because the thing is, if he's not, if he starts to
David
do
Silva
well
didn't
next,
leave until like 22, like until
Am I
COVID.
going mad?
He was there for like his first 3 years. He's not benching him. He's not benching
Am
De Bruyne, who
I
won
swear, I swear.
the Premier League Player of the Season twice in a row.
someone said he's
Foden
supposed
was
to be
never benching
Cancelo.
them.
No, but someone said Cancelo replacement. So Foden's meant to be a fullback now. What are we doing? here?
I swear to please correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I remember,
The
when
media
he
have
first
gassed
came
him
through,
100%
he
when
was
they
meant
talk
to
about
replace David
Gascoigne and
Silva.
Rooney. Yes, I agree with that, but he's still very good. But everyone's
His
gonna.
numbers ain't bad, you know. In terms of just numbers, they're not bad. Like from
Bro, his numbers,
2020.
bro,
Yeah,
numbers
last
wise,
season he was complete crap, and he still
talking-
had
I'm
like
talking about
19
from 2020, bro.
GP
I'm not even
over the
talking
course
about
of the season
recent.
when he missed half
I'm
of it.
talking
bro,
about
guys are
last
talking like
year,
he's some.
yeah.
People are talking like he's a pensioner now, bro. He's still 25. He's
He
not a
just turned
pensioner.
2.
Like people, bro, he's not got awful. He's not an old man.
Since
25,
1920, he's been doing his thing. Like, yeah.
He's been doing his thing for 5 seasons, and guys are treating him like he's.
He gets
Snob
almost 20 GNA every
Bro.
season.
Like, he ain't no
Sorry?
Saka though.
Why not? Why not?
GNA, not that much.
You got
Talking about
the
league.
numbers that
In all
Saka
comps.
does.
On
Saka's
every
the main
season
guy
he gets
for
almost
his
20
team,
GNA in
bro.
all
Come
comps.
The
on,
numbers,
man.
bro. Like, come on now. Like, what we talking
I
about?
used to be the guy that defended this guy so much against Saka, yeah. But
Hey,
now
Ram, you're a prisoner of the moment. Admit it.
I've
You are
come to the
prisoner of the
point.
moment.
I've come to the point. I'm tired. I'm tired of defending this.
Boy,
He
you're
has a
tired,
good season, and Ram will be back here 3 months ago. We know
That's what I'm
what.
saying. Like, that's what we can't.
Foden's back to his best. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
I'll
calling
do
him
that.
out.
Listen, the
Well,
problem
his
I
best
never
is
gonna-
player of the
I
season.
am-
I've yet to see
I
Saka
am
do
never
that.
gonna say
I rate
Foden
him.
is
I
a
don't
bad
think he's a
player,
maverick.
but I
That's my
don't
point.
think that
Yes.
Foden can carry a team when a team is
That's
doing
my
bad.
point. He's not a maverick
That's
kind of
fine.
guy you
And
rely
also,
upon.
I think
That's
you're
my
trying to. You're assuming I expect him to be Kevin De Bruyne. I don't.
point.
I never.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think he'll ever get to
I just
that
want him
level,
to be
and that's
that guy,
okay.
man.
I don't need him to be Kevin De Bruyne to.
You kind
No,
of
but
do.
people
because you
talk
haven't
about
played
like his
with De Bruyne
numbers.
anymore.
People talk about like his numbers up. I swear he's got like for a guy who don't really. He's not really a stat. He might not even be a stats guy, but he's got like 100 goals. I'm pretty sure in his career. That's more than Bukayo Saka.
Yeah,
But I'll ask a
and
question, Mo. Yeah.
he's playing a
Go
lot.
ahead.
Who in
'cause I
Man
need to do a couple of these super chats.
Yeah, sorry. Who in Man City are we looking at going in? He's going to be not the KDB replacement, stupid point, but you know the guy who's going to help them actually win the league this year.
That guy.
Pep
DeJounte
Guardiola.
Rangers.
That guy, you
Yeah.
want to
Pep
answer
has to
Chess?
reconstruct the team. Okay, fair enough.
You
That's not bad.
want to know? If this team is with any other coach in the league, people would rule them out of the title race completely.
Oh,
Like out completely.
Yeah.
While if you give this Liverpool team, for example, let me tell you, if you give this Liverpool team to some managers with Salah, Van Dijk, Wirtz, and if they sign Isak, any coach, you say they might not win the league, but they will be in the title race. Give this squad with injured John Stones, Diaz currently, Nunes at right back, and Rodri's being injured, they will tell you, yeah, this City team is good, but maybe I'll put them as fourth. That is the reality, Shez. So to answer the question, it's Pep Guardiola. That guy is Pep. That guy is Pep. That is wow. I think that's why everyone is having them. I'm a
Pep is
Benfica
really
fan.
pissed off, so be careful. Last time
Exactly.
he lost the league, guess what he did? He won 4 in a row.
Bro,
Mm.
Kelk, Pep, I remember the treble season. He like fucking shuffled it, made that box midfield, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? How is City winning every
I
single
heard
game?
you on a show say that was the most. That's some of the best football you've ever seen. in
It
your
is the
life.
best. For
yeah,
me,
that's me.
that box midfield is the best and most effective team I've watched in my life. And I've been
This
watching
team-
football
this-
since the 90s.
This team that you got right now don't touch that team. So things
No.
change.
No, we don't.
Doesn't touch that.
Things
What,
change.
But that
Doku?
doesn't mean. But that doesn't mean we can't win the title.
Doko Savinho,
Doku, Savinho, they had to sell 50
Well,
million.
Savinho-
Nico
I would not
Gonzalez
count
and
on Savinho being
Kovacic.
there. Also,
Yeah.
Doku's
Well,
not
Rodri with
starting.
one leg.
So
Come on,
Matthias
man.
Nunes at
Doku's
right
not
back.
starting on this team.
There, you're right back, Rico
Marmoush is
Lewis,
better than
man.
Doku,
Come on.
so
What,
Marmoush is
Nunes and
starting.
Rico Lewis right back? Please,
Oh, yeah,
give it a break. Please, man.
James
Pep better
Trafford
do
is a
some wonders.
goalkeeper, bro. Like,
They can still
That's
win
a
the league.
backup,
Pep
you
needs
know.
to
What
do
are
his
you
thing.
talking
I'll
about?
back up
It's
Mamadash, really, yeah.
Hey, man,
Yo,
if he
Pep-
can
you know,
Ederson's not
yeah.
training right now. Ederson and
No,
Savio are
I'm
not
not
training.
doubting
They're
Pep.
not
I
going
don't
to
want
be
to
on the
doubt Pep.
team.
That's a stupid thing to do.
Ederson is going to leave.
is
It's
busy.
going to be Donnarumma. We're signing.
and that's
him.
why it makes you backwards.
Oh,
Takes you
scary.
backwards.
Oh, sorry.
You know,
Donnarumma.
Donnarumma is not that great with his feet.
He's not great
I know
either.
Donnarumma
it's
takes
terrible
you
with his feet,
backwards.
but did that stop PSG from winning a treble?
But he's not
No,
great
I
with his
think-
You're
feet.
not
Style of
PSG though.
I think
I
what
don't
didn't
know,
stop. I think what didn't stop PSG from winning the treble is how bad Inter were in that final.
no,
to be
but the
honest.
thing
What
is,
didn't
like,
stop.
The
I don't
Chelsea
understand
beat
this
them.
thing, by the way.
Is that Inter outplayed us in the final? So I'm not.
Yeah, but I don't
saying-
understand with
don't give me that
goalkeepers.
shit.
He's not good with his feet. You're a goalie. Use your hands. This.
Yeah,
bro,
but
if you
that's
want to
what
be-
Guardiola started.
we're talking about.
It's not us, bro.
No, but the thing
He's
is,
the
okay, you know what?
guy.
You know what? I think Pep should go get Onana because he's good with his feet. Yeah, and come on, bro.
Oh,
Like, come on.
Ruined him. He's not even good with his
You
feet
know, I
now.
would give
Yeah,
him.
but Donnarumma, yeah.
Good with his feet.
Yeah, but the thing is, Pep doesn't even need a goalkeeper to build up from the back. You can still have a good back.
No, he
four.
does.
No,
He-
that's
he
just-
li-
Hey,
he actually-
Ahmed,
No.
Ahmed, name
You
their
didn't
good
watch
back
the.
four.
You
Ahmed,
didn't,
name
I
their
don't think
good
you
back
paid
four.
attention
I wanna
to
laugh.
City.
What?
He's gonna have he'll have
Name their
Rodrygo,
back
or
four,
he was doing it
please.
with Rangers. Go back and get the ball and progress
Yeah,
that
but
way.
okay, but
No,
that
but
means
bro,
it's
Just
who's Man
like
inconsistent.
City's back
centre-backs
four?
you can
Who's
do
Man
it.
City's back four?
See,
Who's
me
their back
say- I don't know
Who's
who the
Man City's
back
back
four. I know
So they got
Diaz.
Kanji,
I know.
Ain't Nuri as well.
Guardiola. No,
Gavardio.
Kanji's gonna be on the bench.
And
Nunes.
who?
Rico
That's
It's
the
Lewis.
gonna be
That's thing.
Nori, Gavardio, Diaz, Nunes.
That stinks.
It doesn't, bro. That's a better back four than yours.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Here it is.
To be fair, Cole was injured, so now it is.
But Cole
But
was-
it wasn't end of last season or throughout the season. We're better defense than theirs. And you man told me how bad Sanchez is.
Yeah,
So
I'm
better than them.
taking Chelsea's fullbacks over
Of course
there.
you will. Come
yeah,
on,
I
man.
think if Chelsea signed Donnarumma, I'd put you in the title.
If
race,
Chelsea's
'cause
defense
he's
is so
defending
Donnarumma-
bad,
much
why
better
are they
than
the worst
Sanchez.
defense than us?
Donnarumma is a very, very good shot
Come
stopper.
on.
Donnarumma is like
Yeah.
one of the
So
top
Sanchez.
shot stoppers in the world. What are we
Yes.
So
doing here?
Sanchez.
You know who was a great shot stopper, Ahmed?
Sanchez in the league.
Also in the Champions League,
Look at that.
Onana for Inter,
Bro.
who was
Oh.
very good. He
Him.
kept 7 clean sheets out of 8.
That's because of your
Someone's better.
defense.
You got a better goalkeeper now, Mo. Can you stop it?
Some,
With this?
Yeah. Let's go,
Onana
Switzerland.
ain't-
My point is, I'm sure. Look, my point is, guys, it's very simple. Before I actually read the supers and end the show, it's very simple. Ahmed doesn't wake up every weekend to watch PSG play Strasbourg or play Rennes. You know what I mean? He only
Manchester
watched
Club.
Donnarumma in the champs, like us, like the rest of us. None of us watch PSG play, so we're judging Donnarumma based on the Champions League.
I've seen-
And there are a lot of let me finish, please, Ahmed. And based on the Champions League, there are a lot of goalkeepers in the world that actually showed very good form in the champs. But in the league, in your bread and butter, the 38 games or the 34 games you play,
He's not great. I agree.
he's not great in the league.
I agree.
That's why he conceded more than what he should have. Numbers don't lie. And I only have the substance, which is the numbers that I'm looking at because I don't watch them. Because
the way-
and my evidence, just one last thing, is Onana was good for Inter in the league, but he wasn't great, but he was phenomenal in the Champions League. And that's why Man United bought him. Because none of the people watch Inter. I think Onana is amazing with his feet, but he's not like the
There
best
was-
shot stopper.
There was a point where people, I think when he went to PSG, people were saying that he was the biggest flop of all time because of the amount of hype that he got when he was 16 years old to what he was now is because it's just different. Only now, because of what he did in the Champions League, people
Yeah,
start
of course.
to talk about him highly.
Reactionary.
You know what we
I'm
call
a-
that? Recency bias.
Yes.
That's the
It reminds me a bit like Jersey Dudek. Dudek used to be like that. If Rack will know very
Yeah.
well, he used to suck in the league, but in Champions League, that guy turns into someone else.
I need to read this fourth. I'm Benfica fan. Pav is good, but nowhere near Gyokeres. Fair enough. He's a confirmation. Big up my man here. Straight Talker saying Isak was promised a new contract last year. Big up. Thank you so much for the big donation. Newcastle did not give him a new one because he would demand a
Release
a
clause.
what? A release
Release
clause. He
clause.
told them, I want to leave this year, and now they want to give him a new contract with a release clause to keep him longer.
Probably true.
If you know that, I don't know if that is totally true, but I'm actually
No,
not
the way
believe-
he's acting would look like behind the scenes they promised him one thing, and now they're acting differently.
They
probably.
can't pay his wages.
By the way,
if he
I
wants.
don't trust
They don't have
Newcastle
PSR
guys.
rules.
I don't trust anyone at this point, and the Newcastle guys are not angels. They're also businessmen, and they want the best for the
It's all business.
they want the best for the club. I wouldn't put him past them if they're lying. And all of this
Everyone's
is just a lie.
lying, Mo. It's cool business. It's how it works. It's how it is, man.
United are closer to City than City are to the title. What the fuck?
The City, then City.
We'll revisit this. If this ends up being
No.
true,
I mean, Newcastle
You're Oracle,
United, not Manchester United.
Bro, my man, I need you to clip this because if this happens as she said,
it's
I
gonna be
think this would
funny.
be
It
the-
will be funny. So I'm
be
not gonna laugh.
amazing.
I'm not gonna
I
laugh.
do agree.
Bro.
He's
Things are
like,
better.
no comment.
Amra don't rate Amram though. That's the thing. He don't rate Amram.
Bro, I mean,
we bury Rashford for less than Foden with United.
what?
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Why are you comparing them to anything?
Rashford's had about 2 months of a purple patch in 2 seasons. Foden's been way more consistent than Rashford. What are we doing here?
Right, that's a
Why
fact.
are we
Facts.
rewriting history with
Facts,
Rashford?
Facts.
Rashford's so overrated.
That's
by
a
the way.
United
He's
fan
so
saying it,
overrated.
so.
Bro, I don't know
Look,
how he
look.
got that Bolsa move, by the
He
way.
just
Like,
keeps getting moved for no reason, just hype.
All we
Like,
need Rashford to do is ball out in El Clasico. That's all I'm asking for him. That's
what, against your boy Trent?
I hear my boy no more.
Bro,
Yeah, I'm not a boy.
Oh,
I got
he's
Jerry
under him, he's
Frimpong
under
now.
him.
You
You
guys
can't
don't
say
know.
he's not your boy.
Defend
Trent did a lot
TC
for your club.
Frimpong.
That's your guy.
I got Frimpong now. Frimpong's my
Oh,
boy
look
Frimpong's
at
now.
a
Oh.
terrible
Shine.
defender.
See,
I can
no
tell you that.
loyalty, by the way. I thought Steven Gerrard was about loyalty. You have to say the same with Trent, bro. Come on.
Arsenal, Man
Right,
United
he
in the
turned his back on
champs.
me, bro. Now I turn my back on him. I don't
Frimpong
care.
is a much worse defender than Trent.
You all forgot the season that Gundogan carried City as well. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
when De Bruyne was out.
Yeah, he was a match winner, to be fair.
Arsenal,
That
Man
was a
City-
false 9 season. Yeah, De Bruyne was out, and Gundo just came out of nowhere and scored like 10 goals.
I don't understand this. This is not even a comparison between Manchester City and Arsenal in defense. Arsenal.
100%.
Yeah, Arsenal have a way better
100%.
defense.
But big up people that are here. Thank you so much for joining. Chiz channel in the description, doing
Go
wonders,
live in
doing
5 minutes to the
the-
preview of the Palace game.
Crystal Palace and Chelsea. Chelsea winning, smashing Crystal Palace.
I would not underestimate
No,
their
that's
low
not
block.
us, though.
Trust me.
Hey,
Don't
Mo, we didn't beat them
underestimate their
twice
low
last
block.
season, so I'm not saying nothing.
You, I'm telling you, Chelsea smashing Pierre.
No, but is that Selhurst, no? Or is that Stamford
Doesn't
Bridge?
Incorrect.
Oh,
Stamford
thank God
Bridge.
the Prem's back.
That's
I've been
Stamford
so
Bridge.
bored.
Oh yeah, Liverpool plays
Smash.
tomorrow. You talk about the game. I missed it.
We didn't, but
Oh.
it doesn't matter. We'll talk tomorrow about the game. But anyway, big up everyone that joined us. Of course, AA United in the description. Great panel, great show. Thank you everyone for supporting the channel. Hit that like button on your way out. This will take you to Osam, where he's talking about Isak, the new freedom fighter, Alexander Isak. We're out of here, people.